what are the best ways to market a children's picture book that translates into the most sales and profits? So school visits, book fairs, print on demand, something else.
Yeah, it's a good question. So picture books are very competitive. So what I would say for picture books, and really for any book, but for picture books, there are actually very nice opportunities, as I said, to kind of reach a lot of kids in one go. And that would be school visits, libraries, this kind of thing. But think out of the box. If your book has to do with something about the environment, as an example, or anything that could link up to something like a summer camp, then contact that summer camp and see if, they would be interested in getting 50 copies of your book for the whole summer camp, as an example. But the same with schools. Go and speak to the school librarian or teachers and see. So just as a side note, for nonfiction, the opportunities are something like 8 to 1 or something like that to get published. So obviously, if you're self-publishing, you can just publish. But the reason why I mentioned that is with nonfiction, you can fit into a curriculum. So that's also something to keep in mind. If that's not your passion, then don't worry about it. But if you can fit into a curriculum and you can reach out to schools, you can sell a massive amount of books if you just keep reaching out. So anyway, the most sales and profit, bulk print. Sales, reach out to where you can reach numerous readers at once. So that would be schools, libraries, go to local fairs and those kind of things. So while you can sell books online, and that's a whole strategy in itself, you could literally sit in front of a school of 500 kids. And, that definitely works well.
Excellent. Is it necessary to have a following on the various social platforms before going that way? So I guess before you're promoting yourself out there.
I would also take it that way. So let's answer it that way. No. So basically, you can build the following while promoting, if that makes sense. And just to be clear, promote doesn't mean sell, right? No. That's why I say start when you start your book. Hey, I started writing a book. Here's a picture of me writing. So, and some people will be interested. And then if it's a children's book, you can share illustrations. If it's an adult book, you can share interesting things about your journey or possibly things related to the book. So what I mean is if it's sci-fi, you could even share interesting sci-fi facts. Or if it's nonfiction, obviously you can share things related to that and so on. So you want to put out content that would be interesting to your target readers. That's really what you always want to think with. Who am I trying to speak to? Who am I trying to reach? What would they be interested in? And put that out. Obviously, in some way related to your book as well, not like wildly disrelated to your book. But that's the best way I can answer that, if that's the right answer to this question. But in other words, you need to start putting things out to be able to build the following in the first place, right?
Exactly. And really, there are followings for every genre on every social media. And he said he got it. Thank you. So that's great. Okay. Good job. Last question, folks, and I'm shutting it down. We have here, please recommend the best social media sites for a memoir.
Okay, so I will firstly say I am not a memoir expert. I deal mainly with children's books, but I will default to my social media answer from before. I don't know, and I could be wrong, but I don't know that one social media site is proven to be better for memoirs than others. I think, like Joellen just said, all of the social media sites have a place for every genre.
And it's just finding your people. I mean, once you know where they are, if you can get into any community that is sharing your passion, then they'll also tell you additional places where to go and how to meet more. So it does naturally flow out. And you just take your patience and your time and build it up, and it'll be really well there. So let's see.
One quick thing I can add, sorry, very quick. With the memoir as well, again, what Joellen just said, find your people. So also think, of course, who would be interested in the memoir, because it's not really like you just get memoir readers. They're going to read the type of memoir that relates to their life or them or their interest, right? So always keep that in mind too.
Exactly.